Hello, my sexy and beautiful people of the internet. My name is Diego, also known as the Chilean Ruto Gamer. And welcome to a special edition of Gaming in the 90s here on the Random Channel 1. Second video I'm gonna be uploading this 2019, so in case you missed the first one that I uploaded on Chilean Nintendo Gamer, Happy New Year, Happy 2019. I hope you have a great year and all your wishes, of course, come true. So, Gaming in the 80s was a series that I did back in the day in 2010, and I only did 3 episodes for it, 3 games actually. And I decided to revive that series, as well as many other of the old shows I used to do on my main channel, across the different channels that I currently have on YouTube. So, if I'm not mistaken, Gaming in the 80s should be available, like the main series back, on one of the main YouTube channels. But I'm also gonna be doing special editions of that here on the Random Channel 1. And I decided to start 2019 as I make the mini roulette, which I haven't finished yet, with a random playthrough here, or a random gameplay rather, because I don't think I'm going to be doing a playthrough on Tetris for the Sega Mega Drive. I say Mega Drive and not Genesis because this only came out in Japan. This game is from 1989, so of course it qualifies for Gaming in the 80s. One more thing before starting the game. In the case of the regular Gaming in the 80s, I still don't remember what channel exactly you're supposed to be expecting that on. Actually, you have to watch the last video of 2018 that I made on the main channel, sorry, giving you details on where exactly each of the shows will be aired. But in the case of the special edition here of Gaming in the 80s, I am going to be doing it backwards. Instead of doing it from 80 to 89, I will be doing it the other way around, from 89 to 80, doing basically not in a chronological order, but the complete opposite. So I'm starting with a game from 89 by Sega. So by this time, actually, can I change music or something? No. So, wrong button, yeah, wrong button. Let's see if we can fix this for pressing the wrong button. So by this time, actually, there were lots of versions of Tetris being released across different systems of the time. Of course, probably the most recognizable example is Tetris for the Game Boy, being pretty much the launch title for that handheld by Nintendo. But there were also other versions being released. I mean, this one, for example, this one is from 1989, just like the Game Boy port of Tetris. We also with Tetris actually for NES, Tangent Tetris, which was based on the arcade version of Tetris by Atari, and also they released a Sega arcade Tetris around the same time as this one. Oh, are you kidding me? It's one of those mistakes. Stupid mistakes by Chilean Retro Gamer. But someone deep, no. I know I can fix this. Somewhere deep in my heart tells me that I can still fix this. Actually, it doesn't look as bad as it looked at first, for some reason. So yeah, I am pretty sure this Mega Drive version right here is based off the arcade Sega game. It looks familiar. I think I've done the arcade Sega game, not on camera, but I remember playing it, and I think this was the one. Nice. Okay, I think I fixed the situation. Alright, what's with my sight? I won't blame it on the game, but I usually don't do this bad at Tetris. So yeah, I decided to start the year with a special edition of one of the secondary shows, playing something cool and relaxing in a way, even though the situation is not very relaxing, as you can tell. I'm not doing that great. Well, I'm doing plain bad, let's be honest. But at least I'm fixing some mistakes I'm making. But I'm not very good at calculating the falling spaces. I don't know if it is the version or something. So yeah, I decided to start with this, to play something kind of cool, relaxing, not very stressing. as I still get some time to work on the mini roulette, which is supposed to be the main feature to this channel. You guys are familiar with the mini roulette on Twitch that I started last year, and I plan on resuming very soon. Alright, change of background, which means I'm making progress. So, what was I saying? Oh yeah, the mini roulette. I'm still working on it. Remember, the mini roulette basically consists of a big wheel with 20 items, 5 classic games, 5 sort of modern games, 5 computer games, not necessarily PC, and 5 ROM hacks / fun games. Even though the fan games should be under the PC category, who knows. Well, anyway, 20 items. I'm still working on the games. I mean, I already got the classics done, planned. But yeah, the games are supposed to be different from the Twitch version. So it will take me probably a couple more days to get it done, and probably, if not next week, the week after, but sometime during January for sure, I will be officially starting the mini roulette and of course resuming the Twitch pre-show on the same thing. I still have 1 or 2 games pending there. One of them is a ROM hack, you guys remember. I mean, you can always go back to the playlist on the mini roulettes in case you don't know what I'm talking about. I got a single playlist for all the games that get selected on the mini roulette, and of course the game completion streams that we get from that. Alright, I fixed the situation quite a bit. It feels pretty good. I know I spent around 2 minutes doing the introduction, explaining why I'm doing this gaming in the 80s thing. First, why I'm doing it on this channel and why I'm doing it backwards. Whoa, that was perfect. Alright. Despite all the shitty mistakes, I ended up clearing the whole screen. Not sure how long I'm gonna be playing this. Probably gonna take a couple parts though, to basically complete the week. I mean, it could be just a single part, but it will cover pretty much the whole week anyway. Or do 2 short parts. Alright, not getting very good pieces. And of course, depending on a single one-liner there, it's gonna get me a double. It's better than nothing. So yeah, there are millions of versions of Tetris, but this one at least, even though it's obviously not as popular or even not very well known as the Tengen or Nintendo versions of this, it still got released within the time of popularity, or basically of worldwide expansion of Tetris itself. I have done the Game Boy version before. I think I've done the NES port sometime. Not that I remember at this moment. I think I remember at some point I was attempting to do the MSX version, which I don't know when exactly got released. Probably by the same time. The thing is that every variation of Tetris, either by Nintendo, by Sega, by Tengen, by Atari, well, Atari was basically, or Tengen was basically the Atari version from the arcade, but adapted to the NES. But they all had variations. Like, of course the gameplay remains the same in all these versions, but the music was different in every single of the versions. I mean, there are a couple of classic themes that can remind you of Tetris more than others, especially the Game Boy version, well, Game Boy / NES. But the ones made by other companies, like this one or Tengen, have very unique music, backgrounds are different, the color distribution obviously changes. So it doesn't give necessarily the impression of being a different game, but at least it doesn't feel as repetitive as, you know, considering that the gameplay is exactly the same. I mean, I still like to try the different versions. When you say Tetris, I mean, I'm sure most of people immediately go for the NES or the Game Boy versions, but I try to go for others, especially the Tengen, which is probably, well, the Tengen and the Atari, which are my favorite versions of Tetris. Alright, finally made the line. Alright, now things don't look very pretty right now. Oh, I fucked it up, didn't I? Yeah, now I depend on a single line again. Or two. Alright, I'm sure I can get at least a... Wow, not even a double? To think that at some point I actually fixed the situation to the point of clearing the whole screen. Yeah, I'm depending too much on single liners. We come to the same situation again, see? Too many squares! Alright, let's die. For the best. Level 6. So I guess we can choose the level. So... Oh yeah, shoutouts to 69 lines, by the way. That wasn't on purpose, I'm serious. So yeah, I'm gonna do one more video to this. It will be uploaded on Friday. So stay tuned to see a little bit more of Tetris by Sega for the Mega Drive.